irrespective of his personal relationships with black people or how much he loves the sport of basketball, the fact of the matter the fact of the matter is that Kavanaugh has shown through his tenure, through his career, that he's not a friend to black interests. For example, there was a huge case out of Michigan Law School in about 2003, I want to say, called Gratz v. Bollinger. And it was essentially about whether or not the University of Michigan's law school's admissions process was discriminatory because they had a quote-unquote affirmative action process in place in order to ensure diversity and in order to ensure that their entire school wasn't chock full of white dude bros. So at the time, Alberto Gonzales, who was White House counsel, assigned Kavanaugh the brief, the Department of Justice brief, to soften the language around the administration's position against affirmative action. So he was part of the team that was supposed to make sure that the Bush administration's opposition to affirmative action wasn't seen as too harsh. And ultimately, the final brief said the administration shouldn't embrace diversity as a compelling government interest. Should not embrace diversity as a compelling government interest. So frankly, I don't want to hear about how sweet Kavanaugh is when he plays basketball on the court with black kids, or how he thinks it's really terrible that some black kids have to live in underprivileged neighborhoods, when he's pushing policies that are going to do a disservice to those very same black kids he seems to care so much about, or claims to care so much about.
And this is really important because the Supreme Court could very likely this term hear a challenge to affirmative action. Yep. And this is Kavanaugh signaling exactly where he is on that. And it doesn't matter how many times he's read To Kill a Mockingbird. He has taken an official position in his judicial opinions and as his time as a litigator in the White House that, as you said, diversity isn't a compelling government interest. And those are important constitutional code words. And, the fact that I think he cited To Kill a Mockingbird and kept going back to Brown versus Board of Education is his way to try and signal that, in fact, he's not going to rule against racial justice issues when we all know that,
Yeah, we all know he is.